From an estate planning point of view in a self-managed superannuation fund, the most important document is the trust deed or the governing rules of the superannuation fund, because those governing rules will determine what sort of beneficiary nomination the members can make, albeit whether it's just a nomination of beneficiaries that is not binding on the trustees, or more specifically, a binding nomination which will require the trustees to pay the benefits in accordance with the members' wishes. Now, self-managed super funds are quite specific with regards to the trust deed and binding nominations, in that the SIS Act dictates the requirements that apply for the making of a binding death benefit nomination. However, the SIS Act is very specific that say that those requirements don't apply to self-managed superannuation funds. So the tax office have identified that for a self-managed superannuation fund member to be able to make a binding death benefit nomination, they can only do it in accordance with the binding nomination rules set out in the governing rules of the fund. So in able to have a binding death benefit nomination, the trust deed must provide for it. And if it's silent on it, then you have an issue where either you have to revert back to the legislation, or potentially you may not be able to have a binding death benefit nomination. So the trust deed is the number one document to ensure that the members can indeed make a binding nomination, and then importantly what the terms of that binding nomination are. So when we're going through the process of establishing a fund, it's important to identify the clauses inside the trust deed that we use for our clients, or that we go and purchase when setting up a fund, to ensure that it has satisfactory clauses with regards to not only the payment of death benefits, but the making of nominations by the members of the fund.